I'm now joined with one of the ladies who participated at Girl Fight Wrestling at Jeffersonville, Indiana this past Tuesday. She went up against the wrestler formerly known as Leah Von Dutch, now known as Leah Vaughn, Miss Daysie Day. She's with me right now. How's it going?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
Doing real good. Well, first and foremost, it was so nice to meet you this past
Oh, it was nice
Tuesday.
to meet you too.
And
Thank you.
and number two, thank you so much for being on the show this evening. Truly appreciate it.
No problem.
And so last week I interviewed your fellow North Carolina native, your fellow wrestler and friend and
Yeah.
foe, Miss Savannah
Yeah.
Evans, whom you was in the
Yep.
booth with. And it was and one thing I noticed, Savannah's a lot taller than I thought.
Yeah, she's really tall.
Yes.
She makes me look like a shrimp at all times.
Man, I mean, and I'm sorry if I came across as a tall person too. You know.
Well, everyone does,
Yeah,
so I get used to it.
yeah. I mean, but
Everyone's pretty much taller than me.
well, you may be
Yeah.
you may be small in size, but you do have a good heart. I mean,
Yes.
you went up there, you went up against, well, you was originally supposed to go up against the Bullet Babe Amber Gallows, but
Yeah.
she was unable to make it. So now
Yeah, and I was looking forward to wrestling her too.
you know,
There's always time. Maybe next time.
yeah, and, she's a fellow North Carolina herself, and I was like,
Yeah.
okay, but I guess some things just ain't meant to be right now, and maybe one day,
Mhm.
you know,
Very true. Very
yeah.
true.
So how did you feel about your match going up against Leah? How you feel about the match overall?
Oh, I feel really good. I felt like it was a really good match. We, she beat me up most of it, but I still got back in there, gave her good old 1-2. But overall, I think it was a really good match. I can't wait to. Everyone should buy the DVD and watch it and support me. And then definitely, if there's any more girl fight shows, come see me at those too. But yeah, Leah, she is amazing. I was so excited when they told me I was wrestling her. Since I was like, oh no, Amber can't make it. That's so sad. I was looking forward to wrestling her, and then they were like, oh well, you're wrestling Leah Vaughn. I was like, oh okay, that's great too. Like yeah. So yeah, she's really good, and she's been wrestling for like a few years, I believe. So, and done like Ring of Honor and stuff, I believe. So it kind of felt like an honor to wrestle her too. So I'm so thankful for that. But yeah.
I definitely liked the match for sure. It was my
Thank you.
second time seeing Leah. It was my first time seeing you, and for someone
Yeah.
who's just getting started into wrestling, you hang in there with an established talent in Leah, for the most part, and
Yeah.
people gonna have to recognize you,
Thank you.
people gonna have to
Yeah.
recognize. So exactly what made you decide to get into pro wrestling?
Well, it's kind of a long story, but not that long. But when I was 8 years old, I believe, I was 8 or 9. This is like 2006. I remember me and my nephew. He's only a year younger than me. That's another story for another time. But he's only a year younger than me, and he had SmackDown versus Raw. I think it was 2006 at that time. SmackDown versus Raw 2006, the video game. And we were just like together. So I was like, oh, I'll play it with you. But I was like, I want to play with the girls. And I chose Trish Stratus. And I was like, oh, I like her. So then that Monday I decided to start watching wrestling. And it was her last match. And I was like, no, or her last match on Raw. And I was like, no, I love her. Why did I just start watching now? And then I was like, oh, I love this. I would love to be a wrestler when I grow up, like how most kids are when they watch wrestling. They're like, oh, I want to do that when I grow up. But then when I watched her and Lita at Unforgiven, her final match where she won the belt, that's when I was like, oh my gosh, I want to be a wrestler when I grow up. And so, like, years went by. Like, I was always talking about it, and my mom was like, oh, yeah, okay, it's just a phase, blah, blah, blah. And then as soon as I turned 18, I started looking for wrestling schools. Like, I went to in college. I started looking for wrestling schools that were in the area that my college is in, and I found High Spot. It was George South, Mr. Number One George South as the head trainer, and then also Caleb Conley and Cedric Alexander train on different days also. And, like, I went and, like, watched a few times, and I was like, oh, my gosh, yeah, this is 100% what I want to do. So as soon as I decided that, and this was, like, in, like, 2014, as soon as I decided that, I started going to the gym, like, trying to get in shape. And I'm still trying to get in shape still, but trying to get in, like, really good shape. I lost 20 pounds, and then I signed up in April 21st of last year. I signed up, and I had my first training that night, and I was just like, oh, my gosh, I love it. And that whole night, all I did was just take bumps. I didn't do anything. I just took bumps, and I was so happy, and I loved it so much. My neck was sore the next morning, but I was so, like, just like, oh, I can't believe I'm about to become a wrestler. And now it's, like, almost a year later, and I'm still just like, I can't believe I'm a wrestler. Like, me? Like, I'm a wrestler. Like, I was a band geek. What am I doing in wrestling? Like, but, yeah, that's my little story, my little how I got into business.
Well, one thing for sure, you're all making your dreams come true. I mean, this is something that you wanted to do, and you've come a long way, dating back to a year. You've blossomed, and
Thank you.
And honestly, I will say this: future looks pretty bright for you, and
Thank you.
You've been trained well. You're very humble. And
Thank you so much.
And quite honestly, you know, I'm rooting the heck for you. you know, we need
Thank you.
we need some more sisters in the wrestling ring. You know, and
Definitely.
and you, Savannah, you're definitely on the right path. And you know, it was good. It was refreshing. You know, and a shout out to Cedric Alexander. I'm a fan of that dude.
Yeah, that's one of my trainers.
I interviewed him, I think, 2 years ago, back when he was teaming up with Caprice Coleman.
Yeah.
I interviewed him individually.
The CNC Wrestle Factory.
Yeah, I still got me that shirt to that day. I still got that.
You do?
I still
I'm going to let him know you do.
Yeah, so, yeah, please do. And so now that Girl Fight has came and went, what are some other upcoming shows you want people to check out?
Oh, I'm doing in March, I believe it's the 18th and the 19th, I'm doing some shows in North Carolina, the Queens of Combat show, which is an all-girls show also. Everyone should definitely check those out because it's like Taylor Hendricks wrestles for Queens of Combat. She's actually our champion. Crazy Mary wrestles. Tessa Blanchard, she wrestles for Queens of Combat. I believe Solo's going to be there, Solo Darling, Heidi Lovelace. But yeah, that show, I'm going to be on that. Savannah Evans is also going to be on that show. But yeah, I'll be on that show. As of right now, and then in the Queens of Combat show in Dallas during WrestleCon. Anyone going to WrestleCon, I will be at WrestleCon too. Definitely come check me out. That's all I think that's all I have right now.
Oh, that WrestleCon, that just so happens to be during WrestleMania weekend.
Yeah. So y'all should come check me out. And I'm wanting to go to WrestleMania, so I'm definitely, probably, hopefully, fingers crossed, go to WrestleMania if I'm not working because I train at High Spots. I also kind of work with them too, so that weekend I'll be kind of working. So
I totally understand. You know, I mean, that's WrestleMania, for crying out loud. And, you know, The Rock's going to be there. You know, plethora of people are going to be there. I'm just hoping I just hope it comes to that Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis. That I think that's a large venue for them to perform. That's the closest as far as big venues, if you will.
Yeah.
You know, Indianapolis, y'all need to do something to get WrestleMania up in here. So, and I live in Kentucky. I traveled from Kentucky to Indiana, and it was only about an hour drive. And you know what?
That's not bad.
And I gotta give kudos to the fans who drove like hours to get to the girl fight show because Mother Nature.
Yeah, there was someone from Tennessee, I believe, that was there. Man. I talked with. Yeah, Girl Fight has some dedicated fans, and that's so nice to see. It's like people who actually love women's wrestling and just want to support all of us, and it's so nice.
So, if you don't mind, you go right ahead and promote your social media links where people need to check out, where they can learn more from you, follow your career as you continue to progress in the world of wrestling. Go ahead and promote your links.
Okay, well, yeah, definitely check me out on Twitter. It's Daysie Day 910, and it's the same for Instagram, Daysie Day 910, and that's spelled DAZY DAY 910. And then I made a Facebook like page also, so y'all can check that out. It's just Daysie Day, DAYSIE DAY. And then y'all probably add me on my personal Facebook if you want to, which is just Deja Gilbert. Y'all can add me on all of that if you like. And then I also have a YouTube page, which you just look up Deja Gilbert for that also, which is DAYSIAGILBERT, and I have some videos on there from some shows I've done. I wrestled Savannah Evans in one of them. I wrestled Ariel Monroe, who she's also from North Carolina. She's an up-and-coming wrestler also, and she's really good. She'll be at the Queens of Combat shows, and hopefully some future Girl Fight shows. And I've wrestled, I think I have a match on there with Tessa. Yeah. But yeah, definitely check all that out. And follow me and tweet me and all that. And if you have any pictures with me, you could post those too. And I'll retweet them. And yeah. That's all my links.
I definitely have done just that. I got a picture. Please check out the tweet at TTW Radio. I've had bunch of pictures. I got pics in bunches, but at least I informed the followers. I got these pics coming via Twitter, so they can't be mad. You all over my feed, But people want to see the pics, so asking you shall receive. Well, it was great chatting with you.
Great talking with you too. Thank you.
And continued success. Thank you for your time.
Thank you so much.
You have a good night.
All right. You too. Thank you.
All right.
Good night. Bye-bye.
That was Miss Daysia Day.